welcome back to another episode of The Real American Cougar. I've got an interesting topic tonight that I've been thinking about for a while, quite a while, and was just discussing this with another single mother. I'm going to talk about single mothers tonight. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Give me a comment if you have an experience with your adult children that you would like to share or that you can identify with. So we're going to talk about single mothers of adult children. Single mothers, they're great. They've got to be everything, do everything. It's hard when they're younger with the small kids. But whenever you are an older single mother and your kids are adults, it's a whole different world. They're not the cuddly little individuals. They're still cuddly. You still love them very much. You know, you're glad that they've turned out very well, and they made it this far in life, and you're not as involved as when they were young, of course. That goes to say. Sometimes when you are an older single mother and you are starting to date or starting to do things on your own, you haven't ever done anything on your own before, you're creating your life because now you don't have the children at home. They're all grown up. They have their lives, and some of them have their own homes and their own children too. So you are adjusting to being a single, mature mother, and they are adjusting to you doing your own thing. And sometimes they'll bring up something about that, or they'll be concerned. It's okay if your children are concerned about where you're going or what you're doing or where your path is heading in life. They love you and they're concerned. And it doesn't do any good to tell them, oh, don't worry. You know, it's always best to just speak with them and talk to them. Tell them what's going on in your life and they'll tell you what's going on in theirs most of the time. It's your job to, raise them up, get them to be adults, get them to go out and get them to, be adults and take care of themselves, and that's your job. And once that happens, you've done your job, but you still need to be supportive. Your kids have had you all to themselves all their life until they grew up and they got their own home. And you, if you're a single mom, have pretty much made your kids your best friends all the time that they were growing up. So sometimes it's kind of hard to see your older children, take off and do their thing. If you're very, very loving and you're kind of overprotective, as some moms can be. I knew one mom that her son was graduating high school and he had plans, and he didn't plan to be in the town that he went to high school in. He had plans to go be something else. And it's pretty good to be maybe a year away from graduating and you already know what you want to go and do. I like that idea. But his mother was just fretting and fretting and fretting, always fretting because he was going to be leaving home. What was he going to do? Where was he going to be going? And, I had to just talk to her and tell her, look, you need to respect his choices. You need to give him a chance to go and do and help him do what he wants to do. He has something in mind, and it was a good thing also, must say. And I said, you got to prepare him for life and then let him go and let him go do his thing. So sometimes it's hard to give up on your children. Sometimes you just want to step in and you want to say, well, why don't you do this? Or why are you doing that way? But it's not our place to do that. So we need to let them be themselves. It's hard for them to let us be ourselves when we get older. Some are still seeing you as the motherly mother, which is fine, except that when what you're doing, if you're creating your life and you're taking care of yourself and you're going places, you're seeing things, you're experiencing things that you maybe have never done before in your life, creating your life, and it's embarrassing to one of your children. In that situation, that's when the child will still see you as totally the mother. I like to talk to my children, and I like to consider them at this stage in life adult to adult. I always wondered what it would be like to be able to talk to my kids once they became adults, seeing them grow up and watching the things that they learned and things that they said. And I always thought it would be interesting when the time came that I could talk to my older children as adults. I thought that would be really cool because they could, fill me on some things that I don't know about, keep fresh ideas going, just talk and share things about life. So I was really, really interested in seeing them be able to do that. But when you have one child who completely sees you still as the mommy, still as the mother, can't get over what you're doing, I had this situation, and that was a situation for me, and my child was over 30 at the time. And I can't remember how old I was, but I was certainly old enough to do what I chose to do, as long as I didn't hurt anyone or break any laws. And she said, "But Mom, you are the parent and I am the child." And I thought, 30 years old? Come on, get off it, So this particular child of mine, we have a little bit more difficulty communicating because she still sees me as the motherly mother and wants me to see her as the little child. And maybe she still feels like the little child. I don't know. You may have that. You may have children that just don't want to let go of the close mother-child relationship, like as if they were the child at home and you were the mother. So you gotta think of ways to be diplomatic and still support that person. I mean, I respect that she wants me to know my role, and I try to know my role, and I respect that she is my child, and she's a child at heart, perhaps, and that I need to be treat things a little differently, do things a little differently when I'm around her. So I got that worked out. It gets to be like a role reversal as time goes by, especially if you get older. My mom got older. She ended up elderly. I ended up more of a parent to her than she was a parent to me at that time. So role reversal kind of can take place as the years go on. Be available to your older children for support, even if you don't agree with what they're doing. Once you are their single mom and they're adult, they have learned to make their own choices. Hopefully you have, influenced them in the right way where they're going to make good choices. You've been honest with them and been able to speak with them, and so that they will come and tell you what's on their mind. And you can't just step your foot in. You got to let them make the decisions that they need to make. Be available for them. You don't have to agree with what they're doing, but be available for them. Don't tell them how to feel. Don't tell them, well, you should be happy, blah, blah, blah. Or, why are you mad? There's nothing to be mad about, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell them how to feel. Let your adult children feel the way they feel and tell you how they feel. And accept it. Accept it and try to soothe your child, just as you did when they were young. Just accept their feelings. Hear what they are saying. Don't treat them like a non-person, or don't treat them like a small child. There's a whole different way of communicating once your child is grown. So respect their choices. Be available. Don't tell them how to feel. Give them their space. Let them understand that when you take your space, it's not that you don't love them anymore. It's not that you don't want them to be your children anymore. It's not personal to them at all. You just need your space as well as they need theirs to do their family things, create their own family traditions, just live their life, but be there for them. It's not that easy when your children are adults. But it takes a little more kindness. It takes a little more consideration when you want to bring somebody else into the family circle. Somebody maybe you've known for a while that you are dating or whatever. You don't have to be living with that person. You need to make sure, number one, that that person is the person that you want to bring into your circle, because if they're just going to up and leave and you expose them to your children, including your adult children, that might not be a very good situation either. Another thing that's very important is when you listen to your children, really listen to them. If they have a feeling about something, if you have someone that you have met, a date or something like that, and they have this feeling about this person and they tell you about it, don't just brush it off and say, oh, everything's okay and it's all right. Take it into consideration, because they are looking from a different perspective. If you're with someone and you're feeling all happy and bubbly because you have a new date and you really like this person, and you think that this person is really somebody who might be a good fit for you, if your child brings up something to you that they have a feeling about this person, please consider it. Sometimes we don't consider those things. We see all the good things at first and we don't see any of the bad things. But our adult children have been around the world a little bit and they can see things that we don't. So please listen to what they have to say when they have a feeling about things. Our role in life as mothers is to raise our children, train them to be independent individuals. And once we raise them up and train them to be independent individuals, then they're off on their own. And we are left pretty much on our own too. That doesn't mean we don't have to communicate and still be a family. Still keep the love of your family. Support your children, whether they're young or old. Really listen to them. Try to communicate with them in the way best that they understand. Do the things you used to do with them. Talk about old memories that are good memories. Bring up good memories from times back. If you met your daughter for ice cream every Saturday, go have your ice cream every Saturday. If you called your son at a certain time every Sunday afternoon, call him every Sunday afternoon at a certain time. Don't stop doing the things that you used to do together. If you and your one of your children got together and went to lunch, or your daughter went grocery shopping with you every Thursday, then keep up that routine. You don't have to drop that routine for anyone, especially someone else who is not part of the family. So keep doing what you love to do with your kids. Keep loving your kids. Keep listening to them. And I'm sure that things will work out between us mature single mothers and our adult children. Thank you for your time. Peace out.